Class 10 student, this is rapid revision to the very first chapter of geography, that is resource and development. Short and the easiest chapter from geography. This is your assistant faculty Tanvi Pauja, and today we are going to complete this chapter in just 10 minutes because this is how it is going to help you before the exam. So as the chapter starts with the definition resource, which we are studying since childhood, that anything that is available in the market or our surrounding and is useful to us as a resource. But in class 10, let's level up with this definition, adding that it is something which is technologically available, right? Technology should have the access to that material, then economically feasible. We have certain amount of money in our pockets that we can buy that product. A Lamborghini in someone else's house is not a resource for us. And then it should be culturally acceptable. Like for a vegetarian person, non-veg is not a resource. Okay, get my point? A resource can only become a resource when it is available in the environment. Okay, we can use technology with the help of institution, and the presence of human can make it a resource. This is how the chapter starts. And then we have an important topic, what are the types of resources? So you know that types of resources on the basis of origin are biotic and abiotic resource. I am just assuming that right now you might be thinking about its examples. Then we have types of resources on the basis of its exhaustibility, like renewable and non-renewable resources. On the basis of ownership, it's individual resource, mera ghar, meri gadi, community resource, national resource like forest of India, okay, and then international resource. Then we have status of development, like there are certain resources which are quite developed. There are certain resources which have potential to be developed, are considered as potential resource. So think about it, think about the different forms of resources as well as their examples, because they are important now as resources are available in the environment and our surrounding. We as a human are ready to exploit them. We have done it. Because of the development of resources, what happened? There was depletion for the satisfying needs of an individual. In that sense, resources are accumulated in the hands of few individuals and not in the hand of other individual, right? Considering all such things, the international authorities, the heads of the nations, made a convention. They gathered together in Earth Summit and propagated an agenda, that is Agenda 21. Okay, write a short note on both the topics because they are quite important for your exam. Then we need to understand a very important topic that is always for a 3-marker question. You will see it in pre-boards and boards too. That's resource planning in India. By we are using resources, we are accumulating resources, we are depleting resources. It's high time we should plan for the resources. So the 3 important steps that are available in our notebook is first, identification of resources. Pehle pehchano. Let's identify what are the resources and where are they available. After that, let's make a planning structure considering what is the technology and institution available in the market. And the third thing out here, matching resource development plan with the national development plan. Like we should not make the development plans random in a manner that iron is available this much but our national plan is this much. Getting my point? Like you have the syllabus left this much and the time this much. Okay. So these are the important introductory topics of this chapter, resource and development. But in this chapter, the 2 important resources are discussed thoroughly. First is land resource and the other is soil resource. And the questions from these topics are asked frequently. Let's talk about it. We know that land is a natural resource, right? We all live on the crust of the earth and we have different landforms too. If I am talking about India, we have 43% of plain area, the northern plains popularly. Then we have mountains, that's 30%, and plateau comprises for 27%. This is how we can see that land is not evenly present in our country. We know that, right? If we talk about land utilization, because in different area, different types of land is available. The majority use of a land is under forested area. We know first thing is forest area, right? The other thing is land that is not available for cultivation. Why it is not available? Either it is a barren land, it is not, or it is unfit for cultivation. It's not good for cultivation. But other than that also, there are certain uncultivated land present in our environment, like the land left for grazing areas. Okay, the land under miscellaneous trees or crops that you might have witnessed. There are certain land which are not forest, which are not under crops. Rather, there are miscellaneous trees grown over there, like the trees around our surrounding, which is not a forest. Okay, then we know that culturable wasteland. Pay attention, the land that is not under use for 5 or more than 5 years, not under use for 5 or more than 5 years. Okay, basically this was an Indian tradition to leave the land fallow for a long time. That means not under cultivation, so that it can regain its fertility. So we have one more type of land, more type of use, that is fallow land, under which we have current fallow land not fit for cultivation for 0 to 1 year, or I can say left uncultivated for 0 to 1 year, and fallow land that's left uncultivated for 1 to 4 years, because above it will be culturable wasteland. And the last most important, that's net sown area. The total land that is under cultivation or on which crop is grown and harvested in a agriculture year is known as net sown area. But India is different type of agriculture land. We have 3 agriculture season. That same land is used thrice or twice. So what about that? That will be known as gross cropped area. Pay attention, gross cropped area, which means that net sown area plus, right, plus the crops grown more than once on that land. Okay, so pay attention, there is difference between net sown area and gross cropped area. Do not do the blunder even after watching this video. Now moving to the next topic, that's land degradation. So we know there are certain natural as well as artificial factors which leads to land degradation, and in that deforestation holds the most important role. We have over mining, particularly in areas of India where mines are so much located, like Chota Nagpur belt, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, etc. Overgrazing in the states where grazing animals are present more, like Gujarat, Maharashtra, you can give the example. Over irrigation in the states like Punjab and Haryana. Then we have mineral waste discharge like limestone. When limestone is prepared and made fit for use, we know that so much dust is made available in the localities around them. Okay, and that layer comes up on the soil, which make it unfit for the use or on the land. Okay, and this is how it degrades the land. We know certain mineral processing units which discharge their waste directly to the lands, and that is also one of the reason. Now talking about land conservation, what can be the steps taken? Afforestation, proper management of grazing, shelter belts can be done. Like this is a land, and around that land what we can do, we can grow the so many trees that are of large trunk, so that they can help in stabilizing of sand dunes or discharge of water directly to the land. Then we have proper discharge of industrial effluents. These steps can be taken for land conservation. Do not forget, my dear students, all these are keywords and all these are important points that you will write in your exam. Last topic of this chapter, that's about soil. Okay, so if I talk about soil, the first and the important point is classification of soil. We have 6 types of soils: alluvial, black, red and yellow, laterite, arid, forest. And you might be thinking, ma'am, the way you are teaching is so easy, but this particular topic has ample of questions, right? To figure out, we will do one thing. In this crops, we will focus on certain points like how is the crop formed, what is the formation of the crop, reason for the formation of crop. Then we will figure out the areas where these type of soils are found. Where I said crop, it was soil actually. So formation of soil, area in which soil is found. Okay, we'll talk about certain properties of the soil, like if I talk about alluvial soil, it is the most fertile soil. If I talk about black soil, it is clay soil, has high capacity to retain moisture. Okay, so these type of properties, choose 2 points to write the properties, and last but not the least, the type of crops that's grown in this soil. 4 points plus 2 properties can help you write a very good perfect 5-marker question from this topic. Then we will talk about soil erosion. So this is soil. If the top layer of the soil is not present, the humus will not be there, the fertility will not be there, and that is referred as soil erosion. Types of soil, we have gully erosion, sheet erosion, wind erosion. Okay, gully erosion in the sense whenever there are soft rocks, water enter with pressure and create so many gullies or badlands which are basically unfit for cultivation. Sheet erosion, the complete sheet, because of the pressure of water, wind, etc., floats and took the fertile soil over there. And wind erosion, we know, because of wind, pressure of wind takes the topmost layer of soil. You can usually see this in dry regions particularly. If there is soil erosion, then we should focus on soil conservation. Steps to do soil conservation: contour plowing, that means contour along the lines of flow of water. Like if we talk about this, there is a mountain and from here the water is coming. You have an agriculture field around it, and if you will plow the land in this direction, don't you think that this will facilitate the flow of water? Yes. So what you will do, you will contour, you will plow like this. Get it? This is what contour plowing. Then we have terrace farming. We know that in the mountainous region certain steps are made so that cropping can be done here, like tea plantation in Assam is done likewise. Strip cropping, you have agriculture land, crops are grown there, crops are grown there, crops are grown there. But in between there are spaces in which you can grow grasses, large grasses that can help you in terms when water is getting into the farm or sand is entering into the farm. So basically what we can say, stop the flow of running water, wind, and stop getting affected the crops. Then we have shelter bills, which we recently discussed in land degradation too. So my dear students, this was all about the complete chapter, what? Resource and development, just in 10 minutes. Meet you in the very next chapter of geography. Stay connected and do not forget to subscribe Deeksha Vedantu for class 10th preparations.